Good morning, YouTube gang. It's Mellow DFS coming to you live and direct, here to give you my plays for today's 10-game main slate. Today is the 20th of December. Hope everybody's having an amazing day, a great Friday to start off their weekend, man. Feel free to like the video. Please subscribe if you're new or supporting the channel. I appreciate the love. Press that bell icon so you always stay notified for new videos. Let's jump into it, y'all. Now, going to the point guard slot, you gotta look into Kyle Lowry here. Now, he's 83 on FanDuel, 85 on DraftKings. Knowing that Norman Powell's out, we still have to get the status of Van Vliet's going to be out today. We have Pascal Siakam is out today. He's getting a crazy usage so far. So looking at his spot for today, you know, he had 53 last game, 39 minutes. He had a 40 the game before that. Going against Washington, one of the worst teams that leaks against point guards. Y'all definitely want to take a look at it. He had that 43 fantasy point game last game, but as you can see in the past 5 games, he did have an upside of 52. So something to consider, knowing the usage is going to be skyrocketed in this spot here for him. But another great spot. Another guy you could look into for some savings, I like Colin Sexton. You know, 5,600, 55 on DraftKings. He's a great play. Going against Memphis is going to be a fast-paced game. It's going to be a positive pace as well. As you can see, Memphis is a 103 to Cleveland's 98, so it's a positive pace for him, and he does well against them. And last year, he had 37, 32 in the last 2 games against Memphis. So in this price tag at $5K, yes, sign me up, knowing his upside here. So love Colin Sexton in this spot. Another guy you can look into for some savings is DJ Augustine, man. 4,600, 47 on DraftKings, and he's been balling in the last 3 games. Hopefully he can keep it rolling here, knowing that Portland doesn't really play defense. It's going to be a high, not a high game, but it's going to be a fast-paced game as well. He had 32, 36, 32 in the last 3 games. So somebody's definitely going to get some ownership, but if you want to, you can also go to like Fultz. That's another great play because he's more so starting. But Augustine, as you can see, is a great pace. They're 97 to Portland's 102, so it's a positive pace for Orlando here for Augustine to still keep that flame rolling. So Augustine's in another good spot, only 4K on both platforms. All right, now let's go to our shooting guards. Obvious play you could go to is Bradley Beal at 96, but 91 on DraftKings is a great price. No, he's been keeping it going. He's finally getting his stride rolling in. You know, 45, 54, 53 in the last 3 games. Has great upside against Toronto. He had a 48, 89. I think that was an overtime game, but a crazy 89 fantasy point game. So, you know, going against Toronto, you know, they don't really have no one that can really guard them. I mean, if Powell's going to be out, yes, Van Vliet might suit up, knowing that there's going to be a shortage in their line. They already play small on top of that, but Powell's out. I mean, there's really no one that could really guard Beal, you know. So Beal's in the smashing spot here at 96. Another guy I could look into is Dennis Schroeder. He's been balling, y'all. So 5,900 on FanDuel is a great price tag. He's 62 on DraftKings, but knowing the upside on FanDuel, he had a 41 last game, 31 last 3 games. He has great upside against Phoenix. He had a 37, 39, 51 in the last 3 games against Phoenix as well. So a great play for Dennis Schroeder here to smash. Another guy I could look into for some savings, we'll go Damian Lee once again. He's only 3,800 on FanDuel. Somebody could consider. All right, he's got 19, 28, 25 in the last 3 games, getting those minutes. And as you can see in the last 2 games against New Orleans, he had a 37 and a 32. So he could go off, but I think it's something to consider. But I think D'Angelo Russell was out, so of course his usage boosted on that. But another guy you can look at for some savings is Damian Lee. All right, now let's go to our next spot at small forward. Now going to small forwards, there's a lot of great plays here. There's a lot of safe floors. You know, you have Will Barton. I like him. 64, 65 on DraftKings. All right, 32.9 projection play, 5.1 value play. He's a good spot here. You know, got a great spot against Minnesota. He had 39, 32 in the last 2 games against Minnesota. He had 28 last game. Hopefully Millsap doesn't hurt his upside. You know, Millsap came back last game. He had 30 fantasy points, and As you can see, he has 28, but when Millsap was out, he had that 40, 32, you know, so he had 37, 55 in the last 5 games, but somebody consider with a safe floor at 6K range. Definitely like that play. I like Troy Brown as well at 52 on both DraftKings and FanDuel. He's one of those guys he could catch fire, especially with their shortage on their end of the field. So, you know, 27 last game, 19, 27, 26, 40 in the last 5 games. Troy Brown's another good spot, and he's could be definitely low owned in this position at small forward here. All right, so definitely you can look into that. Let's look into our power forwards. All right, now going to the power forward side of things, I love Kevin Love once again. You know, 6,800 on FanDuel, still too cheap. Knowing his upside, y'all, he gave us that 46 last time we picked him, and he has 7,100 on DraftKings. So another good spot here is a 224.5 implied total going against Memphis. Going to be a fast pace for Cleveland, y'all. Cleveland has a great positive pace in this spot here, and he had that 49 last game against Memphis. So hopefully keep it rolling in a good spot once again. All right, so I love him in this play. Another guy you could look into is Paul Millsap, coming back from his injury. In 25 minutes, he had 30 fantasy points, and he's 4,600 on DraftKings. Too cheap, knowing what he can do, y'all. So love this play. He had a 24% usage as well. So Paul Millsap's another great spot to look into for your lines, and it's still cheap. Another guy you can look at is Rondé Hollis-Jefferson. 3,600 is too cheap on FanDuel. Great upside here, knowing that Siakam is out and Powell's out. That gives him a great usage play. Marcus Saw's out, so that's gonna go with Ibaka, and I think Ibaka gets pulled to the center spot. So Rondé could be starting today and getting those minutes. He could ball out. Going against Washington, he has great upside. He had 36, 22, 34 when he got those minutes. So he could smash this spot with a 10 plus. I mean, maybe 9 to 10 times value spot. So like this play for Rondé Hollis-Jefferson to smash if he get that starting position, which he should. So look to the center spot, last play. All right, we got to look into the stats with Blake Griffin, because Andre Drummond's in another great play at 9,600 on both platforms. 52 last game coming from the injury with his eye laceration injury. So Andre could be doing damage in the spot against Boston. He had a 51-68 in the last 2 against Boston. Great slot to pick. Another guy you could look into is Nikola Vucevic. 7,700 is too cheap on FanDuel. Knowing his upside, he's definitely been doing work in the last 3 games coming from his injury, and he has great upside against Portland. 45, 48, 47 in the last 3 against Portland. So those are my plays in center, and those are my plays for today. If you want access to my player pool, all you gotta do is click the link in the description to sign up. We have the draft dashboard tools, give you the best plays, NBA cheat sheet. You have the sleepers and your studs. Click on the watch players, you get access to the player pool, and also to my picks up top for either DraftKings and FanDuel. So I love y'all. Y'all collect that bag. It's Melo DFS, and y'all stay blessed. See y'all in the next video.